7:41, sunny and haze coming up in 10 minutes, but Lori's bent over in the garden. I hope we got their camera on the right side.
Yeah, that was sad. I cried.
Hey, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
What we're going to do is that we're going to show you some more great tips on how to make your garden great. But very quickly, we want to introduce everyone to Michelle as well as Danny. They're Mohawk students. They're working on a special project for not only their class, but Morning Live. Thank you very much, ladies. And also coming up, what we're going to do is that we're going to talk about your ornamental grass. What are the proper things you should be doing to take care of it? Coming up, please stay with us. We'll be right back.
But you're not okay telling me you miss my face. I remember when you would say you hate my way.
Or buses, and again, ongoing situation, again, under police investigation, heading downbound on the Red Hill Parkway towards Barton Street. That is it for now. Let's go to Lori, who's gardening in the rain.
Yay! For you, Leslie, for you. Okay, so what we're going to do right now with Sherry Hayes, Landscaping with Style, is we're looking at ornamental grass. Before we continue about what to do now with ornamental grass, one thing you shouldn't be doing in the fall is what?
You shouldn't be cutting them down.
Okay.
Because normally they do look really nice. Now this one's a little bit beaten up because it gets snow put on it. But typically if it doesn't get covered with snow, they'll hold all winter long, and they're really, really beautiful when they have this golden color to them. So really keep them up over the winter time. You'll really enjoy it.
And they're just a great thing to have in the winter because everything looks so barren.
Absolutely. Very, very pretty.
But now, in the spring.
Yeah, so now we have, you can see, again, with this weather, we've got all this new green sprouts coming up, so the new shoots here. So what you want to do is you want to get some of the old stuff off. So ideally you get it before this comes up.
Why?
But, well, because otherwise we're going to be cutting it off.
Okay.
Because you really want to cut down as low as you possibly can. And so if I try and avoid the green shoots, you can see I'm going to be cutting way up here. Well, if I cut way up now, it's wet, so it's a little harder to get. But if I cut way up here, look at all the dead that's still there.
Right.
So I'm going to sacrifice some of this green on my own, and I'm just going to take it down a lot lower. And just watch your fingers there, Lori.
Okay.
Now, we were talking about something a little earlier when you're taking this down and cleaning that up, that it doesn't hurt to leave a few of these little stems in the garden because they're great for the birds. The birds love it to build their nests. So why not leave a little bit for
You're just thinking
them?
About the environment and all the other creatures.
Well, and you know what? It's a good thing because the birds need help, and so this really makes them happy. And you'll see them swoop down and grab up this and create their nests. So
next up, we're going to be looking at some edging with Sherry Hayes. Somebody's up. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
More about this show and also what's going on with his new book. Hey, Leslie.
Hello, Bob and Annette. Still a rainy morning. It's lightened up a little bit, but it's about 8 degrees, a little breezy and damp, and showers will continue. We'll be back with more details on weather and traffic, but we should go out to Lori, who's having fun in her rain suit today.
Yellow, just for you, Leslie. Now, of course, with April showers bring May flowers, and right now what we're going to do is get them all ready. Cut down your perennials all the way down and get them ready for the spring. We're going to give you some more great tips with Sherry Hayes coming up.
All we gonna do.
Congratulations to you, one of the VIPs. All right, we're off to the garden now. Speaking of, we were just from the forest floor getting leeks, and now Lori's in the garden.
That's right, and it's all about cutting-edge techniques. So I had to use that with Sherry Hayes, Landscaping with Style. So we have to clean up the garden here, so you're just getting a simple rake.
Yep. What I'm doing is we want to get the any leaves that are left over. Oftentimes what happens now is that the leaves drop later into the winter, and so it's hard to get them out before the snow comes. So we want to get rid of that. We want to pull some mulch, so I'm just going to get this out of the way for you, Lori.
Okay.
And what you're going to do is you're going to come right in on our edge there,
right
and you're
here?
going to take it
Like
down.
this?
You've got, okay, first you want to turn the spade around,
Oh,
or
sorry.
the edger around.
Okay,
There we go,
shows
there
how
we go.
much we garden.
There.
Okay,
Okay, so then you want to take that down, and you're just going to slide that in. And if you can put your little boot on there,
okay.
push it down a little further, and then you feel in. Okay, and then now you're just going to lean back and push that and pop that out.
Oh.
And just lift that up.
Yep.
and just move that up into the garden a little bit.
Why is it so important to edge every year?
Well, because if you want to get that nice, clean, professional look, then you want that edging. And the mistake that a lot of people make is that they do this beautiful edging, and then they fill it up with soil again. And all that is an invitation for the grass to come back in again because it's nice and fresh.
Right.
So you don't want to put your soil or your mulch back down in. You want to keep that edge nice and clear, just like you're doing there, and that's perfect. That's see, you've learned over the years, and you're just doing it exactly right. So that's what you want to do, and you can see how nice and sharp that edge is. It's a little bit more difficult because it's all wet, so it gets a little stickier, but that's perfect.
We're going to show you some more great cutting-edge techniques right here with Sherry Hayes. Please stay with us. We'll be back.
It's my favorite song they're gonna play, and I cannot text you with a drink in my.
Very cool. Looks so retro now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
All right, time to head to the garden one more time this morning. Hey, Lori.
You look like Paddington Bear with your little raincoat on.
Pardon?
You look like Paddington Bear with your little raincoat on.
I didn't hear that, but that's okay. We're going to continue with Sherry Hayes, Landscaping with Style. Pansies are a great flower to use right now because it's not exactly very warm outside, but it's cool enough just to change up the decor a little bit from what you had in the wintertime.
Yeah, exactly. And they're cold hardy, so they'll do well while we're in these conditions. So we're going to actually plant this up now. What I was saying to Lori is that the soil that I have in here, it looks like it's a little mucky, but the fact is that it's from all of my pots last year. And what I do is I actually recycle it. I just pull it out of the pots, I break down the roots, and then I just put it in a big pile in the back out of the way. And then that way I can reuse it, so I don't have to buy new soil every year.
And it's nice and rich.
It absolutely is. So this is good. So what we're going to do is we're just going to throw in some of these pansies here. And the reason that we're doing this is we want to replace our winter greens. So we're just going to squeeze those out.
I got one, I got two.
Well, see, and they're getting root bound already, so.
Okay. Hey, you're stubborn little guys. Come on,
there we go.
All right.
And so what we want to do is we want to replace our winter greens. So you can see behind you, Lori, is the urn that's got, and we were talking about the materials that are in there, and they're actually, a lot of this is right out of my garden. So here's another reason why you don't take your grasses and your perennials down, because you can use them in the wintertime. And we also noticed when we were doing this that there's one of the twigs that I cut off, one of the branches that I cut off from one of my trees in the back has actually started budding up. So my guess is that is creating some little roots down in the bottom. So I'm going to probably pull that out and try and save it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this big arrangement. It's going to come out of the urn and it's going to be replaced by this one. So we're just going to load this up with pansies. It doesn't really matter how they go in, and just make it look really interesting, and replace it.
We're going to continue with Morning Live right after this. Right now, here's a look at our community calendar, and a very special happy birthday to
Jason. Yes, my son's birthday was yesterday. He's 34.
And you gave birth to him when you were, what, 13?
Yeah, something like that.
We're going to continue with Morning Live after our community calendar. Great working with you, Sherry.
Thanks, Lori. It's been a pleasure.